Atiku slams Tinubu over reckless presidential pardon. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for what he described as the reckless and morally indefensible use of presidential pardon. In his statement on Sunday, Abubakar said the latest exercise of clemency by Tinubu undermines justice and emboldens criminality, arguing that it betrays the spirit of constitutional power it is meant to represent. Quote, the recent announcement of the presidential pardon by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, as expected, provoked outrage across the nation, Abubakar said. Quote, ordinarily, the power of the presidential pardon is a solemn prerogative, a moral and constitutional instrument designed to temper justice with mercy and to underscore the humanity of the state. When properly exercised, it elevates justice and strengthens public faith in governance. Regrettably, the latest pardon issued by the Tinubu administration has done the very opposite. He said granting clemency to individuals convicted of serious crimes such as drug trafficking, kidnapping, murder, and corruption not only diminishes the sanctity of justice but also sends a dangerous signal to the public and the international community about the values this government upholds. Quote, at a time when Nigeria continues to reel under the weight of insecurity, moral decay, and a surge in drug-related offenses, it is both shocking and indefensible that the presidency would prioritize clemency for those whose actions have directly undermined national stability and social order, he added. The former vice president said it is particularly worrisome that nearly a third of those pardoned were convicted for drug-related offenses. Particularly worrisome is the revelation that 29.2% of those pardoned were convicted for drug-related crimes at a time when our youth are being destroyed by narcotics and our nation is still struggling to cleanse its image from the global stain of drug offenses, he said. Even more disturbing is the moral irony that this act of clemency is coming from a president whose own past remains clouded by unresolved and unexpected issues relating to the forfeiture of thousands of dollars to the United States government over drug-related investigations. It is therefore no surprise that this administration continues to demonstrate a worrying tolerance for individuals associated with criminal enterprise. According to him, a presidential pardon is meant to symbolize restitution and moral reform. But Tinubu's action has become a mockery of criminal justice system, an affront to victims, a demoralization, a democratization, a demoralization of law enforcement, and a grave injury to the conscience of the nation. Clemency must never be confused with complicity, Atiku said, adding that when a government begins to absolve offenders of the very crimes it claims to be fighting, it erodes the moral authority of leadership and emboldens lawlessness, the former vice president asserted. Quote, Nigeria deserves a leadership that upholds justice and not one that trivializes it. Recently, 175 persons received a presidential pardon following the approval of the National Council of State. Among the 175 beneficiaries are Herbert Macaulay, one of Nigeria's foremost nationalists, Farouk Lawan, a former member of the House of Representatives, Maman Vasta, a major general and poet executed in 1986 over alleged treason, and Marian Sanda, who was sentenced to death for killing her husband in 2017. Drug offenders, illegal miners, white-collar convicts, and foreigners are also among the recipients of the presidential pardon. In a statement on Saturday, Bayo Ononuga, special advisor to the president on information and strategy, said Tinubu granted clemency to most of the convicts based on the report that they have shown remorse. If you love this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow my Facebook page, like, comment, and share for wider coverage. I'm Ogbanje Joseph. I thank you for watching.